Welcome back to the channel, and hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And in today's video, we are going to be sticking the Neon ACR back on the dyno. I'm going to flip the camera around here in a few seconds and explain to you exactly what's happened since the last time you've seen the car. And this video should be a pretty good one. So if this is your first time watching a Yoast built video, this is our 1998 Dodge Neon ACR. This car is equipped with a 2-liter dual overhead cam, turbo 4-cylinder. It has a built transmission, twin disc, 9-to-1 compression pistons, crane 14 cams, and it is now equipped with a precision 5756. So in a previous video I did on this car, I showed putting on a 60-62 turbo, and then I showed doing a few dyno pulls, nothing too amazing. It made 320 horsepower. Right after that, I actually started driving this car on the street and doing some pulls, and the turbo blew up. So they had sent me one of those factory restrictors from Rev9 that said they went with the turbo, yada, yada, yada. I made a post on Facebook after the turbo blew up, and everyone says they just drill out those oil restrictors because it's a journal bearing turbo and it needs as much oil as you can get to it. Me not knowing that, I was doing fine. On the dyno, we had no issues, but as soon as I started doing street pulls and I would apply load, second, third, and fourth gear, the turbo started to smoke. Well, I did about 4 pulls. I wish I would have got it on video for you guys, but on the 4th pull, I did a 2nd to 3rd to 4th because I had a little hiccup between the 2-3 shift and the 3-4 shift, and I was trying to figure it out while tuning, while driving, which is very interesting to do. But as soon as I let off in 4th gear, the car threw a oil cloud of smoke out the back. As soon as I did that, I pulled over, checked the oil, made sure I didn't blow up the motor itself. There was no issues with the motor. I looked down at the front housing of the turbo and I could see that the blade was damaged. So pulled it all back apart, which I already showed you guys that in a video of pulling the transmission, pulling the turbo, doing everything you have to do to get this car apart. And the turbo was destroyed. The thing had so much shaft play that the turbo housing was running, or the turbine housing, or the turbine was running into the turbo housing, or the turbine housing. And yeah, she was a dunner. So what I did was I purchased the Precision entry-level 5756 from Real Street Performance, and they literally got it to me within 4 days. So I don't want to bore you guys with the video of swapping everything out. It's already done. The car is already back together. We just got a Dart Hemi off the dyno. So I'm going to get to working on my own project now, and we're going to switch this thing back over to some E85 and hopefully turn it up to about 20 pounds of boost and see if we can make 350-400 wheel, which shouldn't be that hard. And I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. So hope you enjoy the video. And if you guys notice, the shop looks completely different. So we bought a storage shed and we have it out on the other side of our property. So the shop and the dyno is completely cleared off. So now if we have any cars that have crazy exhaust or anything, we don't have anything on the walls to hit them, just the banners. Shout out to Brett and Jamie from PFI Speed and Dyno Jet for sending us 2 banners. We got the black banner, we got the white banner. Of course, we put the white banner on that wall because the exhaust shouldn't be aiming at it, but the exhaust does aim at this one pretty regularly. So let's get this thing on the dyno, let's get her strapped down, and let's get to putting her on E85. There we go, boys. Alright, there you go guys, 262, 234. Alright guys, we added a little bit more timing, go, guys. We got 264, 236. I think we added some boost, guys. Alright guys, we got 268, 238. $271, $245. We got 280, 258. 280, 258. $293, $275. $315, $297. Too much? Something broke? That makes sense. We got no fourth gear. Alright guys, so I'm back and we got some sad news about the Neon ACR. So on that pool, we made 338 horsepower, 306 foot-pounds of torque, and we did it in third gear. Well, the reason why we had to do it in third gear is because fourth gear is no longer having a party with us. So we now have a 4-speed Neon 5-speed transmission. So I pulled the fluid out. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a ton of metallic in there. So I'm gonna have to pull the transmission out of this thing. It does have a 394 HD gear set. It does have a Quaife LSD, and it does have a twin disc in it. More than likely, when I put it back together, it might go auto. I actually want to race this thing competitively, like 1050, 1150, do something fun where I can go bracket nights, take this car all over, because this thing will be a really good representation of the channel. Building something different, building something you don't see every day, building something fun, front wheel drive, turbo, and nothing like too outlandish. It's a very simple setup. It works very well. And apparently it makes too much torque too soon with the new Precision turbo. Because with the old turbo, we had no problems with the transmission. The car ran perfect on 20 pounds of boost. This time when we hit 20 pounds of boost, it made over 300 foot-pounds of torque. It actually made 323 foot-pounds of torque on the hit at like 2,900 RPMs. And the transmission said, we're no longer here to party in fourth gear. And you guys seen it on the dyno. I thought it blew up or blew off an intercooler piping, but I tapped the gas, motor was still on, data logger was still running. Everything looked perfect. Fourth gear just wasn't there to party anymore. So I did a third gear pull just to make sure that it wasn't, you know, something wrong with the motor. And she made 338, 306 foot-pounds of torque in third gear. And I let off early. That was only revving it to like 6,500 RPMs. 6,600 RPMs, when this thing's been revving to like 7,500 and still making power, which is incredible to me because before, the car wouldn't even make power past like 50, I think peak was like 5,900. So the only thing I've really changed is the turbo, and then I redid the timing in the Megasquirt itself and got everything 100% correct. So my timing table was correct and I wasn't basing it off of a basically vague graph. So yeah, the ACR is back. It runs great, but now it only has 4 gears. So I have to come to you with another video working on that, and hopefully soon we get to work on the CSX. It is back, it runs. I need to fix a couple of oil leaks, get at least 6 or 8 point cage in this before we make it out to Sadak or however you pronounce it. The Shelby event where all of these cars are featured. I will probably be the only YouTuber or person that covers that event all live for you guys, and hope you guys are ready for that crazy content. And I believe next weekend I will be going to Carlisle, PA for the import event, and I will be taking the Juke and we will be autocrossing. So hope you guys are ready for that video as well. If this is your first time watching Yo Spill video, please subscribe, please share it with all your friends, and let's get this thing to 10,000 before the end of 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, you guys are the greatest.